Hello, my Shellies and Shebrews. Welcome to 1C Shell Channel. How are you? Let me tell you. Okay. And I want y'all to put in the comments because I don't have time for a live right now, but I want to get this video out. All right. So I had a Uber driver, female Uber driver, to call me on last night. She told me, yesterday evening, she told me that she was deactivated from Uber. She was deactivated from Uber. Now, there are so many drivers that are being deactivated. And my question to you is, are you next? The other question is, what are you going to do if you get deactivated from Uber or Lyft? Do you have a backup for the backup? This particular driver is behind in car payments. Gas and electric was turned off. She's going through, and now she has to do roadie and what's the other one? And I think favor, something like that, to get this money up so that she can continue taking care of her responsibilities as a woman. And my heart goes out to her. I wish I had the funds to take care of the situation until she get back on her feet. I don't have it. And I just wish that I did, but I don't. So basically what I can do is be that listening ear. I'll keep her in my prayers because no one is exempt. No one is exempt. And she asked Uber why, and they said that she had 500 complaints out of, I think she said 5,000 and something rides. So it's about 10%. And her her ratings was, what was it? 4.76 or something like that. I'm not for sure. I forgot that number. However, she noticed after she signed the new agreement, the arbitration agreement, she noticing Uber is cutting down or coming down hard on a lot of drivers. And she was telling me, she said, I don't want to, frighten you, but you're going to be next, And so for me, I'm not afraid of that because I never seen Uber and Lyft as a permanent job, nor as a full-time job. To me, it's not secure enough in my book to be a secure full-time job, because there's so many things that can happen. And if you do not have money stacked, like bags stacked, that could keep you going when your car is in the shop, or have another car, or have connection to someone who have cars that can keep you going, if you don't have the means to keep the water flowing, the well will run dry. And I know that, and I know I don't have means to keep the water flowing if something happens to my car and I'm doing Uber and Lyft, and that was my only mean of income, my only way of taking care of my responsibilities. I know I wouldn't have been able to do it. And a lot of us drivers are in that same situation. We don't have backups for backups to backups. I should have went right in there. Man. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned for a lot of drivers that are being deactivated. Another driver was deactivated, and Uber was saying that they fraud the system. Also, another driver was taken off of Uber Eats because they said that she was frauding the system. So if any of you drivers are actually not intentionally not delivering the food to the customers, Uber is cracking down on it. They're going to put that under, you are frauding the system. Why? Because you're not waiting the time frame that's you're supposed to wait in order for the customer to get their food. Also, if you are using your Wi-Fi and you're only going to work in an area that only has Wi-Fi, Uber is tracking you, and they will come down on you with that. So there are a lot of things that Uber is catching up on, and they may have let it go for a while. I don't know if they always knew, but Uber is hurting right now. Uber is going through a lot. They're dealing with suitcases. They're dealing with other countries don't even want them there. They want them out. So they're going through things, and the way this company is going to survive is by coming down hard on the drivers. Any little thing to knock you off the platform. They're not going to increase in pay. That's done. That's not even happening anymore. So forget that one. So it's like they're going to do whatever they have to do to try to keep their company afloat. They're going to have to fire people in-house. They're going to come down on every driver possible for pretty much anything. So no one is exempt. And I know we all remember the situation with Gio. Gio was considered a top driver, one of the top drivers. And if Uber showed him that they don't care if you're top, middle, in the middle or the bottom, they don't care. They can easily get rid of you. So none of us can feel like, oh, I'm secure with Uber and Lyft. No, you're not. You're not secure. You're not secure. And I'm saying this over and over again because it's like the writing is on the wall, guys, and we have to prepare ourselves for what is coming down in reference to Uber and Lyft. If you are using Uber and Lyft as a full-time gig. If it's part-time and it's, not as an important part-time, then you might be okay when the door's shut and then you can't do it any longer. You're still okay. But if it's like, if you don't do Uber, you're going to lose everything. My friend, it's time for you to put a plan B in place, like ASAP. Because when something goes wrong with Uber in general, what are you going to do? I mean, what? All that is dependent upon Uber income. When Uber income stops, what are you going to do? And it's frightening to me. I already go through my anxiety and things of that nature. So I'm grateful for the job that I do have. However, that is seasonal. And if the other job that don't pick me up in January, then I have to make a way to supplement my income. And I don't know if when I turn my app back on, that I'm still active. I don't know. I haven't even tried it. So I just see more and more I cannot rely on having Uber as a stable supplemental income. I can't. Maybe some of you can, but me personally, I can't. And if you cannot, we need to do something else. We got to find something else. And it might not be pretty. It might not be something that we want to do, or like to do, or feel comfortable doing. But because we're adults and we have responsibilities, we got to do what we have to do. And I'm saying to the single women, you got to do what you have to do, okay, within reasons, of course. And if you're taking care of your children, you're taking care of, some are taking care of their husbands, their boyfriends, and so on and so forth. They are the head of household. And they are maintaining with Uber, working full time, several hours out of a day to do this. And it's like, no one is exempt. No one is exempt. A lot of people saw Gio as the top kahuna, and Uber got rid of him. So anyone that is considered under his status, I think he was diamond, or I don't even know what the top status was because I really didn't follow it like that. But whatever the top status was, from my understanding, that's where he was. So if Uber would get rid of him, and what he was doing 70, 80 hours a week, If you're not doing half of those hours, you're not at the status that he was. If Uber can comfortably say bye-bye to him, it's going to be even that much more easier for Uber to say bye-bye to you. So I don't see it as a secure job. I never did, to be honest with you. I never did it full-time. I never went into it thinking it would be full-time. But I do know of some drivers, they do it full-time and everything is going well. But my concern is when you don't have a car to drive, when you don't have the money to repair the car that you use for an income, when you can't rent a vehicle, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I'm just concerned for everyone in this type of situation. I wish I had it in that way that I could, come in as a superwoman, African American superwoman, that is. Anyway, I wish I could come in and save the day, but I can't. I'm not at a point that I can save myself. So, I can't save no one else. I don't know. I just have this time that I'm just thinking and thinking and thinking about stuff. It's just... And if you can't see yourself working for the man or doing a 9 to 5, if Uber's no longer around, you're going to have to condition yourself to work for the so-called man or a 9 to 5. And I'm finding myself, they have me doing 10 hours. 10 hours. Yeah, granted, I used to do 16 hours. Oh my God, you did it with no problem. 3 to 11, 11 to 7, 7:30, get off, so on and so forth, do what I had to do. No problem. But I have not worked all those long hours like that in years. And when I did Uber and Lyft, I wasn't out there no 10 hours. Are you kidding me? No. I'm not a driver. Some people love this job. And I'm happy if you love it. You found something that you love. I just feel, I know what I'm going through conditioning myself with this job and dealing with the customers. And as I was waiting for another call, I was thinking, and I said, Shell, there are two things that are occupying your life space. And when I say life space, you're living, so you're alive. That is opposition, and how you deal with the situation. How you understand it, how you fight it, how you deal with it. And I see that it's so important for us to know how to deal with opposition, how to deal with things that are going against the grain, things that get under our skin, things that make us feel a particular kind of way and want us and have us saying particular choice words. We have to know how to deal with that. Why? Because it's a part of our life space. It's all around us. And we cannot beat up everyone. We cannot retaliate with 9 M's and Smith and Wesson. What is it? Smith and Wesson, whatever that is, and the 4s and the 8s, and so on and so forth. We have to condition ourselves in such a way to be able to overtake the opposition so that it won't affect our life space. You understand what I'm saying? Because things are going to happen in this world. Everything is not going to go smoothly. But I think since we cannot control those things, what we should strive to control is how we react to things. And that's the journey I'm on. And I'm searching myself. I'm seeing what is it that I can do to make things better for myself. And what are those things that I have to learn to deal with? Not accept, but deal with. So you guys, let me know if you were deactivated from Uber, and how are you getting along? Let me know, if Uber leaves today or tomorrow, or you have your car is down, out of commission, what are you going to do as a full-time driver? Like, talk to me. Let me know some things, because I'm concerned. I'm concerned. It's just so much, guys. It's just so much. And it's just so much. So let me know how you guys are dealing with things, and if you were deactivated, how are you maintaining? What are the strategies that you're doing? If you want to share, of course. And for those who work full time with Uber Eats and different rideshare gigs, what do you have in place when you cannot do Uber and Lyft anymore? Do you have two incomes coming in? Like what is your strategy? What is the strategy? Because maybe other people need to know what your strategy is, so that they can put some things in place. And man, I tell you, life is real, okay? But how you deal with life is even more real. All right, guys, love yourself, know yourself, be yourself, change yourself to improve yourself. That's the journey I'm on. Take care, everyone.